You're such an asshole.
All right, we got a question that keeps coming up. It's maybe not a direct question I get, but it's a ancillary or a sub question, or there's this erroneous assumption you young boys have, which I completely understand, uh, about making more money, right? And from a Darwinistic, survivalistic, Maslowian, like, oh, I need a lot of money to survive. I understand trying to get an FU money account. I understand wanting to be rich, but not if it comes at the expense of your life, your health, your mental sanity, etc. And so the pursuit of wealth has to be put in context with other things so that your pursuit of it makes your life the best. Like I'm trying to I'll give you an example of what we're talking about, and then I'll get to the question, right? Every vehicle needs fuel, right? And you would logically be concerned, well, I don't want to run on empty. But if you're like, oh, I need fuel, that you start packing your car, your truck with fuel canisters. Well, now you have an absurd amount of fuel. You can't drive any passengers. You're losing fuel efficiency, not to mention that with having your entire cabin of your car, your truck packed with canisters of fuel, if you get in an accident, you're going to blow up. And so you got it. I understand you want to become as rich as possible, as quickly as possible, but it should not be at the expense of other things. All right. So I've linked to 2 items down below. One, my class on achieving financial excellence. It touches on a couple of things. What would really be ideal is if you took my course on minimalism, but I only offer that once a month, and I'll be open in the next. So you could sign up for the Cleary School of Economic Philosophy. It's the same link down below, at least the Teachable. All right. But the Achieving Financial Excellence course does talk about this a little bit. But then also the menu, Life Without the Opposite Sex, because as you're going to find out, when you remove women from the formula, and ladies, when you remove men from the formula, that is a huge pursuit. That is a huge obligation, which means it is a huge cost removed from your life. And if you're not going to pursue that and the consequential children that come with it, you don't need that much money, and other things in life become much more important than money. All right. So please consider getting that book, The Menu, Life Without the Opposite Sex. Where'd it go? Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Give me a second. This is all right. I'm at the tipping point in my life where lots of change is about to happen. When I emailed you about a year and a half ago, I was working a sales job number 1. All right. Overall, I love the job, but I knew I wanted more. This past August, I took a job doing sales job number 2 for more money in the short term as well as the long term. This year, I'll probably make 105,000. Next year, I'll be making 150,000. In 5 years, I'll be making about 220,000. So, like, you'll just be keeping up with inflation. Hang on. Boy, I can't do that old man laugh anymore. The job is completely way different and way more demanding. I'm working longer hours and doing a lot more busy work. It was more stressful, and I am not enjoying it as much. I don't have my why in this position where I did have it before, and this job feels soul-sucking. It also made me realize that money is not everything. I've been thinking about going back into sales job number 1 for a couple reasons, which I'll get to in a second. The tipping point is I'm 24, soon to be 25 at the end of June. Still living with my parents at a place with the career that I have. I'm miserable and feel stuck. I'm 100% going to move out of the area, which I strongly recommend you do because it is a crap hole this year, because I need to truly find out who I am and grow into the competent man I want to be. Okay, this is starting to sound like Gen Z vag juice now. Okay, starting to get a little sappy here. So I'm 24 and I just realized I have to find. Yeah, we are all there. Yeah. It's called getting a job and being an adult. Yeah. I've never been out west, and I'm sure once I go there, I won't want to come back to the East Coast. I don't blame you. Get reconnaissance, man, while you're at it. There's a couple options that I'm thinking about doing and need some guidance. 1, stick with my current job, which I'm not enjoying as much. Get promoted and hope it gets better, even though it's a little more money in the long run. Not sure if I get promoted. Depends on openings in the country. All right. Hope. We don't do hope. Hope is for Democrat losers and poor people who do not want to take action. There's hope, and then there's action. Hope is for lazy poor people who want other people to do the work for them. I hope I win the lottery. I hope President, what's his name, Biden bails us out of the student loans. I hope we put a black guy in office, and that now, because I have the same color of skin of the guy in office, all my problems will go away. See how stupid that sounds? It is also a self-defeating, it's self-defeating too. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy, hope. That person or thing or the weather will change over there, and then my life will be better. And so now you take no action to improve your situation. Another thing, like farmers, well, I hope the weather turns. Well, what if it doesn't? The farmers would have two responses. I hope we get some rain. We're in a drought. I hope we get some rain. Farmer 1 just hopes. Farmer 2 says, I hope we get some rain. But in the meantime, I'm going to go run some piping down to the river and get an irrigation system set up. There's action and there is hope. And if you go solely on hope, a self-fulfilling prophecy will happen where it didn't happen. Oh, I'm so unlucky. God hates me. The Republicans in the Senate have it out. Whatever. The Jews, whatever losers blame their inaction, their failure on. So I know you're trying your hardest at your job. There's no hope. And it may actually be out of your control, where you could say hoping, well, it's out of my control, so I'm going to try my best, but there's still this random variable or element I don't control. That's correct. That's a healthy way to have hope. I hope Ava Mendez shows up drunk and in lingerie at my place and wants some good old Scandinavian Spaniard dick. Sure, why not? I'm not going to bank on it. I'm not going to sit there and wait. God, that'd be great. Hi, I'm Ava Mendez, and I have a hankering for some Scandinavian Spaniard dick. Well, you're in luck, Ava. It just so happens, zip. That poor woman. Hope she never finds this channel. All right. 2, go back to sales job number 1 in a part of the country where I think I want to live. Really thinking at this point, Phoenix, Salt Lake, Charlotte, Nashville, Greenville, or Tempe, all great places. Making a little less money in the short and pot even the long run. I could get a job in the industry right now. I'm making around $120,000, but that can grow into management position someday. Going this route will allow me to work on average 20 hours a week, have more freedom, get more time off, and enjoy life, and start a side hustle. I figure if I move to one of these places where I know almost no one, I'm going to want to spend a lot of my free time exploring and building a social circle. I've only been to Charlotte and Tampa, of those places I listed. Yeah, you should do, especially now that it's summertime or coming up. I would definitely, before the snow starts falling again, get your ass out to the West. 3 is to take 2 to 3 month leave of absence and have chai tea and bathe in patchouli and contemplate the meaning of my existence. Then I'll watch Eat, Pray, Love. I'll get some chakra crystals and find myself. 2 to 3 month absence with my current company and use my company car to live out of it and go out west and travel and truly find out where I want to live. In reality, I'm not sure how realistic this option would be for me, but it would be dope. Again, I'm 24. I have no debt. Currently have a net worth close to 100,000. I know I'm going to be fine no matter which option I take. I just don't want in 10 years from now to regret leaving sales job 2 to go back to sales job 1. What's your opinion? What should I do? I'd love for a YouTube video. Just let me know how much I owe you. I don't want to mention who you are. I don't want you getting fired. So I have a very simple question. So right now you make $105,000 with your sucky job with the potential to make $220,000 in 5 years. But if you went back to your old job, you make $120,000 job with the job you like and only work $20,000 a week. Also, if you live at home, what expenses do you have? Any children, any debts? You had no debts. And what are your finances like? 5 years, I could be making close to $200,000 if I went to my old job as well. Just depends on the route I'd take and if I get in management. I'd be working an average of 20, 30 hours a week on my old job. But even if I was working 60, I enjoy it much more. Okay, so you make the same amount of money for half the time or 2/3 of the time. Do you need me for this? Do you know how math works? This is literally, I'm dating this fat, nagging leftist female who is just a pain in the butt. But there's this other hot, skinny redhead, tiggle bitty libertarian type that likes to shoot guns. What should I do? Do you need me for this? Really? Go back to your old job. Yes. Absolutely yes. Why would you stay? Why? On a per hour basis. I'm still living at home, no expenses on the cell phone bill. I have no children and no debt. Both jobs also give me a company car to pay for gas, insurance, and maintenance. I have 100,000, 500. Oh, you work for that company? Okay, I'm familiar with it. Happy. Okay, yeah, man. Get your old job back. Make sure you can travel. All right, let's do this. Your primary thing should be to do reconnaissance overseas. I'm sorry, not overseas, over summer. And so if you can work remotely, which I think in a sales job you can, the ideal situation is you get your old job back, you hop in your car, you go reconnoiter the United States, Western United States this summer. I would start now. Go Phoenix. You want to check out Phoenix? Do it now. Do not wait for July to do Phoenix. Now is the time to go. Vegas is now the time to go. Do Arizona now. So if you could get a job and remote, do no hanky panky, do it. And then the first thing you do is you get a car and you go. And yeah, say toodles to the other job. And just because, and then, well, let me not get too far ahead of myself. And then for the rest of summer, slowly migrate your way up into Utah, Colorado. And then in the heat of summer, you're in Idaho or Montana, maybe Washington State. And then slowly make your way back as the snow starts to fall. You could have like six months out in the field. If you can work remotely, heaven. That finding yourself, vag excrement journey of self-discovery you want. I'm giving you guff, dude. You should do it. You do need to find yourself. After the end of that 6 months, by the time you're coming back home for Christmas or Thanksgiving to visit with your family, you'll have so much more context and clarity and vision and perspective. You will very much know what you want to do in life. So I think that would be the ideal situation, right? As it pertains to your job, yes. I don't know why. Again, it's pretty obvious to me. You make the same amount of money. Either way, quit your current job, assuming you find your new one, go back to the job where you worked a fraction of the time. And then, yes, then you can side hustle, you can hike, you can visit, you could travel. What I would also do, so wait for winter, because you're an East Coast guy. So you head out to Arizona now where it gets too hot. And then summer, you're up there. And then you go back for winter, visit mom and dad for Christmas and Thanksgiving. Okay, they love you. But then come January and February, I would definitely go back and do the southern states like you were recommending. You did not have Tennessee on that list. Put Tennessee in there. Also, please go get the book Reconnaissance Man and read that. That goes through all that details. You'll see whatever you spend on that book and the time reading it, you're going to save at least 10 times in gas and time. All right, so please get that book. But then next winter, I'd spend it down there in the Florida, Carolinas, Tennessee area. All right, so you got that. It says your overall game plan. For the company, yes, please, it makes absolute sense. No reason for you to make the same amount of money working twice the amount of hours. That's simple math. But then here's the thing, and this is where you were talking about, I could make more money. I get promoted. Dude, how much money do you need to make, man? And I asked, do you have any kids? Do you got any wife? Do you got any debts? You don't. And this is that problem I'm talking about. The goal in life is not to make the money and have the prestige and title. Okay. I'm going to keep busting his balls because I love him like a brother. And he needs his balls busted. You go watch Fresh on Fresh and Fit. Watch his Instagram. He's always posing with Lambos and designer clothes. We even had the conversation. It doesn't make him happy. I mean, it doesn't make him miserable either, but it doesn't make him happy. You boys don't need that much money. The purpose of a job is to make the money so you go live life. It is not the happiness itself. So if you could find a job that pays the same amount of money for less time and less aggravation and more reward, that's great. Do it. Right? But you got enough, man. You're mid-20s, young 20s actually, and you make over 6 figures. You don't need any more. I mean, yeah, of course, it's always nice to have more. Of course, I would love to make $100 million, of course. But not if it comes at the expense of my mental health, not if it comes at the expense of remote work, not if it comes at the expense of my freedom. I got by on 30 grand for the longest time. I'll still get by on it. Well, I don't, because what's important to me is my life expectancy and that I get as much fun and enjoyment out of that life expectancy as possible. That is how I and every guy out there should be gearing their life. Every girl too, if you're a bachelorette, right? If you want to have family and children though, that's different. Now you have obligations. Now you have to provide more money for multiple capita. You have to earn enough per capita to support a family of 5, 4, however many kids you want to have. And you're just going to have to assume your wife is simply not going to keep up with you financially. She just isn't. And every once in a while, I find a gal that does she makes more than you, no debt, great. But like 90% chance, I mean, 80, 85% chance, girl's going to come here with debt. She's going to be a financial liability. She ain't going to contribute as much. Now you have to negotiate and hammer that out later. All right. Then you got to make a lot of money. Then you have to make more money. Then you have to think about that. But guys, especially in today's zeitgeist, in the post-marriage, post-family world, I did the numbers. Look it up on the menu. Also read the book of numbers, like Analyzing the ROI of Women. The percentage of you 20-something boys that are going to get married and have kids is, I'm going to call it now. I'm going to call it now. Less than half. Less than half. Women are just not that interested in marriage. It's not that they're not that interested in you. They're just not interested in marriage. They're not that interested in children. Look up the polling data. And they are definitely not interested in your average man. And that's where the skews come in. They are only interested, I'm going to call it again, the top 10% of men. And you have to look it, not necessarily be it. All right. So you and let's say you did van life. You're making 120,000 in sales. A girl's not going to pick up on that. She's going to look at you and you're like one of those hiking people I'm kind of jealous of, where you just sleep in your van and travel around. They're not going to want to set up it. So unless you wanted to get married, you don't need that much. And your focus should not be where it is now. My career. Should I go? Strategy? Dude, you make enough. And the fact you couldn't make this an immediate decision. Well, for a fraction of the time I get the same pay, and I can go live my life. It indicates to me you guys are still stuck on this programming, this indoctrination that it's prestige and a title, and you gotta hustle, you gotta work for a FANG, bro. You gotta work for Wall Street, bro. That's over. That is so over. I had a client before. I said, and you should study 2 different type of people. Bill Gates, or I guess you could throw in Jeff Bezos if you'd like, one of those guys, versus Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison is infinitely richer. You could take Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and what was the guy who died tragically early? Steve Jobs. You combine Warren Buffett, combine them all. Take all their wealth. Larry Ellison is richer than all of them. You know why? Because Larry Ellison goes out and has fun. He does stuff. He doesn't always work. I think he's on his 5th marriage or something. He's been divorced a lot. I think. But guys, the focus is not marriage and children. That's old order thinking. That is an obsolete model of society. Women are just that not interested in you or marriage, right? And by the way, marriage is just not. That is a it's a deal breaker. There's no reason. That's not happy. That's a non-starter. You don't even. That's not even something you consider now in the United States. And therefore, your focus should shift from making lots of money and providing a stable home and family and finances for a family, for a unit, a household, where the household included a wife and several children, however many, to that of the individual, to a single person, male or female. Ladies, you can listen to this too. I got an entire chapter in the menu for women. All right. Now, I know most women aren't going to listen to me because unless I tell you what you want to hear, you're not going to listen. All right. But that doesn't change the fact that finances are the same. This is real. Most of you, I would say half of you, a plurality, but I'm going to go half. I'm going to call it at half. I could be wrong. I'm going to estimate half. Half of you that are in your 20s are not getting married or having children. Plan accordingly, including your finances and your career. And it already is happening, dude. You live at home, which if there aren't any girls in your life, of course, why would you pay rent? If there is a girl, you go get a hotel for that one night or maybe even a month that she's going to stick around before she finds some other guy or whatever. She goes off her whatever, the myriad of reasons. It won't work out, right? Ladies, same thing. Well, I don't know why you girls have to have the hot downtown condo or the flat. Oh, it's where the action. I don't know why. Okay, but you do. You know, so might as well live at home. You stacked up all this coin. You got 100,000 in savings. You have no debt. You have no children. Man, do you know how quick you will have enough money kind of to retire before you're 30? And instead of going to a nightclub and trying to find a girl, you absolutely should be reconnoitering the West and the South of the United States to figure out where you want to live. Absolutely. Not so that, I could find out where I can make more money. So you could find out where to buy property, build your bachelor hut. Get that. That's also in the menu. That right there will provide you a huge return on investment, way more than you're going to spend on the book. So you can figure out what kind of life you can enjoy and live, not how much money you can make. In other words, your money is taken care of. You guys got that covered. You don't need to fill the cabin full of more gas cans. You got a full tank of gas. That's all you need. You don't need any more. Don't ruin your life now chasing after more money. Now take the money you make and go live it. And that is step number one for you to reconnoiter the West, especially this summer. And so, guys and gals, if you want to listen, you don't need that much money. You don't need to work 80 hours a week. You don't need to work for a prestigious firm. You don't need to work for Wall Street. You don't need to work for FANGs. You don't need to work for the government or a initial agency. Take your money and run. Take your money and live. Right? And so however you get that money for the least amount of time in exchange, that's what you should do. So yeah, man, I can't give you enough green lights to go. I can't give. I could blow to give you a headwind to push you down the highway further out west. I think you're gonna take Highway 80. Look how I know, man. I just know. And you get out of here. And there you go, man. Then you're set to go. I'd love to have women just like kind of come in like, hey, and you girls getting this? Is any of this getting through that? Like Foghorn Leghorn, I ain't getting this getting through that pretty blue bonnet of yours. Why, yes. All right. See if we've got any super chats. Got a couple here. Man, a lot of Latinos in here. Anulfo Lantigua. Man, it's the Latino hour. The Black Blur for $10. Cappy, what about being a bachelor? What about financial freedom? I mean, you said it yourself when talking about hope. I hope she doesn't divorce me and take half my stuff for the kids. Yeah, but don't take action before that. Don't get married. And like kids, that's a curveball, man. That's kryptonite because there's all the laws and there's all the ethics and morality that you have to put your children first. But we know how rarely American parents do that, even if they're married. I'm sorry, ladies, you've just made it so too risky to get married and have children. You have. It's not an opinion. It's not a joke. This isn't funny. You literally destroyed the number one thing that gave people point, happiness, reason, and existence in life, and that was having a family. You ruined that by making marriage too risky and having children too risky. Because whether you girls realize it or not, men need to survive, and so do you. And we can't put our financial livelihood, like those first two levels of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we can't put our food, clothing, and shelter at risk because we fell in love and we're horny. Why are marriage rates dropping? Why aren't people having kids? I don't know, because it will destroy us. What about the financial freedom? I mean, you said yourself talking about, I hope she doesn't divorce me and take half my stuff. Yeah, don't. You have made men have to choose between surviving and having a family. and a guy's got to survive. Maybe you get some male black widows who are okay getting destroyed. I actually looked that up. The black widow females don't always kill and eat. It's like 1 in 2, which is about what the American divorce rate is. Am I right, fellas? And men are not dumb as black widow male spiders. Oh, some are. Or praying mantises. Some are. But it's all, you just think it's like, there's like this fraternity of American black widows, male spiders. And they're just hanging out, doing whatever black male widow spiders do. Hey, what's up? I'm going to eat some crickets today, or whatever the diet is. Hey, you see that hot gal moved in next web? Ooh, I don't know, man. I knew Frank, not to pun on Frank. Yeah, he got eaten yesterday. His corpse is over there. Yeah, but she's really pretty. Yeah, but did you not see what happened to Bob? Is it kind of odd? There's all these corpses of male black widow spiders and all these webs of these ladies. Oh, but she's really pretty. I think I'm going to go over there and say hi anyway. All right, let us know how it goes. Jim's dead. Oh my God, she killed him. But she is hot. Yeah, don't be in the position of hope. That's just good financial. That's just good life advice. Never be in the position of hope. It means it's out of your control. So you can never get married. You can have all the legal documents signed up. Say, we have kids. There's a lot of things you can do, like put your money in trust, put your estate in trust. I mean, they're really, you could have, I have an idea, like I would act as like the bank of Red Pill, and guys would give me their money. Like, here you go, Aaron, hold on to it for me. Like, it's my money. You just have to trust me that I would see. Now I'd have to pay taxes on it too, because that would be considered income, and that I'd have to pay you out net. Like, okay, here's the residual of your money that I now pay to you, which you would then have to pay taxes. So it'd be taxed twice. So but you'd have some of it left. You girls I hate to say that, but you girls did do that. You did do that. And so if you guys like, well, I'd like to live. Really, life or death? Choose. I kind of choose life. Death by snoo. Kind of like to live, but there ain't any girls. You're right. So why don't you get the menu? Life Without the Opposite Sex, available paperback, Kindle, and hardcover, soon to be audio. Me, Mike, $5. F that Cappy. She better come to the table with equal income, zero debt, a home, paid off car. She wants marriage. I want equality. Take it or leave it, gals. Darn right, sister. It's just, I see, and I hate to be such a misanthrope, but I really do love as I've gotten older, I realized this is the show I get to watch, and it's quite an enjoyable show, because as long as you take care of financially, minimalist and all that, and you don't have kids, it doesn't matter what happens to the world. So everyone else's misery, this chaos, this psychopathy, this mental illness, this disease is actually quite entertaining for me. I enjoy watching this. the delusion on one side and the apathy on the other, where in this huge chasm is occurring, where men are rapidly retreating and pulling out, and girls are getting more and more delusional with their expectations. I kind of see like the first prototype, the trial run of how this "we don't need each other" works. And I'm seeing Generation X spinsters starting to hit the field. It's like, wow, that didn't work out well. But they keep up the veneer and the facade, like they're happy and all that. Are you? I don't know. It's an academic question. Yeah, not Mike. You say you're happy, okay. Then you see these emotional posts on social media. I'm like, that doesn't sound like something a happy woman would say. Don't worry, Slay. Here's a sword. I should sell Slay swords. Get my sword. Get Slay swords. It'd be pink, have the feminist sign. Get Slay with this queen. Have like rhinestones embedded in little trinkets. Stripey Cat, new guy, 10 Australian dollars. Never get married, guys, unless you've met a unicorn and she will share her money with you equally. Yes, she'll share her debts with you equally. There's no, I'm not making it up, guys. I'm not doing it to get clicks. I'm telling you as an economist, I'm telling you as a philosopher, I'm telling you as an older guy, watching everyone get married and divorced. There is no reason, none, to get married. Ladies, too. Are you happy? Are women happy when they get divorced? Are they happy in marriages? No, they're not. So why do it? The best situation we've come up with is where you each commit to each other on an agreeable, non-government involved personal contract, honorable word, where in a very libertarian way, you may leave at any time, and you have separate residencies that are approximately close to one another. She has her place, you have your place. And you keep your sovereignty. You keep it. No, your tampons go over there. Your toothbrush goes over there. You don't leave anything here. My dirty socks don't go at your place. My shoes don't go at your place. Your whatever female things, unless it's lingerie and heels, they don't go here. My art goes up in my place. Your boxes of crap go in yours. I have a cool, clean house. You have a rat's nest. But you may bring that hole over here anytime, and then you will go back to the rat's nest. That is the best situation possible. That is the best because it eliminates all the risks. It has all the upside potential, and it doesn't deal with children. But I want to have children. Too late. Too late. Too bad. Find someone else. Do you girls realize that in attaching such risk and danger to becoming committed to you under the traditional laws of marriage and having children, all the laws that invokes, do you understand the risks? Or is that tornado of misinformation just so thorough, it just nothing else can get through it? That was a Bill Burr reference. Dark Knight Development, $18. That's an interesting amount. Cappy, working part-time at FedEx for good health care, $5 a week deduction, but I don't have time for hobbies when you include my full-time job. How do I find the balance of fun when working 70 hours a week? You don't. Guys, what? You're working 70 hours a week, man. I guess you sleep and you get a day off, right? And a day has got to include you resting and recovering. You got to get a better job. You got to work less. I mean, if you're young, you can burn the candle at both ends. I did that. Like when I was young, I didn't like not have any fun. I had very little fun, but I worked full time, went to school full time, but I made it to First Avenue. I made it to some grunge concerts. I made it to some mosh pits. I got to a handful of parties, but yeah, it's 70 hours a week. You're working, man. There's no balance. You work less. So you got to find another job that I'm going to recommend working security at night so you can do your hustle. Get some good. Okay, here's some things that might help in your current situation. Use sleeping pills so you get a good night's rest, right? So you're not like staying awake. You get a good night's rest, right? Don't drink. You don't have the energy. You won't have the recovery time or the energy for it. All right. Pick out one day and you're going to do something fun that day, get some sun and all that. And then make sure that you rest for at least half that day doing nothing. You're back to the grind, man. How do I balance fun? How do I run up a mountain when I'm 300 pounds? You don't. Sean Adamson, $2 Australian, just saying hi. Well, hello. It is that time in Oz. Wait, no. It's like midnight down there, you late night Oz people. Oh my goodness. Look at the guy who's not recording my book. Look who's on the internet not recording my book. It's Harry, my Dutch advisor. Jack, when you gonna get back on Twitter? Stripey Cat, $5 Australian dollars. So happy to see Cappy live. You give great advice, mate. Thank you. You're up pretty late. Me, Mike, $2, 50-50 hope. So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah, like you want hope, go play roulette. Who doesn't love Snoo-Soo? You know who doesn't love Snoo-Soo? Girls don't love Snoo-Soo. Yes, they do. They love it. No. If you're the Thunder Down Under guy, they love it. But for the average guy and the average girl does not like Snoo-Soo anywhere near as much as the average guy. Always got to kick a girls like sex just as much as men. It's like, then why does prostitution only go one way? Why? This is the dumbest claim ever. WizDivision Productions, $4. Death by Snoo-Snoo. Silent Whippering. What are you? Gay? Was that in the show? Was that in Futurama? Chris is black, our tornado chasing agent in the field. $2. When will the menu be on Audible? I don't know. Talk to our Harry, our Dutch advisor, Mr. Loafing around on the internet. Mr. got all the time in the world. Mr. I'm going to go ride my bicycle and make candles or whatever they do in Holland. Michael Morgan, $5. Never in our contract where the other party's incentivized to break it until women up their game and Western family court laws change. 86. Yeah, I'm sorry, girls. I'm sorry. Here. Wayne, hold it. Oh, I was almost going to give free advice to women that was going to actually help them. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I caught myself, though. I almost slipped. Never mind. I'll just be quiet. I'm not going to say anything. If you ladies, if you would like me to tell you how to get married and be happily married, I will do so. But one of you will have to hire me out and pay me not an egregious, but a significant sum of money for my time. I will tell you how to find love and get married. I will, in defense and advocation, endorsement of, a lot of guys give Matt Hussey, I believe is the guy's name. A lot of guys in the Red Pill give Matt Hussey guff. And when I was doing research for Operation Eve, I'm like, I got to listen to what snake oil salesman stuff Matt Hussey is saying. I listened to him. He's dead accurate. He's 100% accurate. The only problem with Matt Hussey is he's so good looking. He's got that Australian accent that I don't think the girls listen to a word he says. I think they're just fantasizing about him the entire time. So I'll tell you that, ladies. If you want, you can listen to Matt Hussey, although I think he charges too. He's got some free stuff out there. And he's better looking than me, and he's got an Australian accent. All right? So he beats me in every regard there. But if you want a much more direct, impolite, I will take a blowtorch and sear it into your brain so you pay the F attention. Don't worry, you won't be distracted by my lack of accents, my accent that I don't have, and my looks that I also don't have. All right? I will tell you how to be happily married. But you're going to have to pay me, and you're still going to botch it. You're still going to screw it up. You're all going to still screw it up. It's not that hard. It literally is easy as making a chocolate sundae. You get the vanilla, right? Yeah. Then you put the chocolate syrup on it, right? Yeah. Then you add some sprinkles to it, right? Yeah. Then you put the whipped cream on top, right? Yeah. Then you put a cherry on it, right? Yeah. And then you don't crap all over it. That's it. That's all you got to do. But, no. Keep your crap off the sundae. But don't put urine on the sundae. Don't put crap on the sundae. Don't spit on the sundae. Don't puke on the sundae. Leave the sundae the F alone. But, okay, just fine. Be divorced, miserable, fat. Just go. Just get the F out of here. They just won't leave the sundae alone, man. They just can't make a sundae. They can't let simple perfection be. They gotta mess it up. Alan Walkman. Oop, there we go. Alan Walkman, 10 generous dollars. I chase money because I want to be free. Is that bad? No, that money is time. It's all money is. All right. You got to get, if you want money, you have to forfeit your time in the form of labor. And then you take that money. What you do with that money is you buy other people's time to build things, create things, or provide services, right? Like you pay a dentist to drill your teeth. You pay the person at Walmart to stock the shelves so you can buy the goods that the Chinese people made. You pay everyone. All we're doing is transacting time. That's it. And the tool we do that is money, right? So if you chase money, what that means is you are chasing your own life, your own time, so that you might be free. And you need a certain amount of time, obviously, to provide food, clothing, and shelter. And then maybe there's some really important items you want or fun things that you're passionate about. Like, I'm trying to think, my motorcycle. Okay. Do I need a motorcycle? No, but I really want to have that motorcycle. I'm going to enjoy my time. You maybe like fishing. So you're going to spend a little bit more money on a fancier fishing pole and some fishing lures. Maybe you get a boat. Okay. But beyond that, once it goes beyond something you will enjoy, it's vanity and it's stupid, like Lamborghinis and Rolex watches and fancy shirts. Okay. Now you're trying to impress people. Now you're slaving yourself back. Now you're giving up time. So it is perfectly fine if you chase time, as long as that return comes back in the form of more time, either in leisure or other people providing you goods and services. But there's absolutely nothing wrong, because when you say, I want to chase money, it means, well, I want to live my life. That's it. And when people say money is the root of all evil, that is a thief trying to steal your money, trying to steal your time and enslave you. Deadly accurate about that description. The Black Blur. Oh, yeah, Cappy, you're going to your father's funeral? I'm speaking about Gilbert Gottfried. No. He wasn't that old. Did he pass away? Was. Oh, it happened when Wikipedia says was. Dies at 67. He's skinny. Gilbert Gottfried, the actor and legend. I'm just going to read stand-up comic known for his raw, scorched voice and crude jokes, has died. Died from a rare genetic muscle disease that could trigger a dangerously abnormal heartbeat. Oh. There was a guy who, wasn't he largely apolitical? Late Night with Gilbert Gottfried. Oh. Going to my father's. That's, yeah, that's too bad. That is too bad. Oh, man. Him and, Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald died at what, 61? The hell? Don't be a truly, genuinely funny, honest comedian. George Carlin died early. Rojo Octobre, $2. 6 figures is more than enough to buy good Bucci. Oh, wait, hang on. Bucci, I think that's the term the younger boys are using. Bucci. No, I don't need. Hip-hop musical art is a word for the butt and the the other thing. Okay. It's the in-between. It means box. Let's just say box. It means box. And you got to pay for it one way or another, boys. You're going to pay for it, which is also in the menu. Life Without the Opposite Sex, link down below. Wait, I can still get the girls even though they're not on the menu? Yes, you can. Wisco Nomad, $2. It's just a couch. So sad. Like when I saw that when I was like 25, I was like, yeah, it's just a couch. And then you get older and you realize that people in their 30s and 40s, especially women, you girls really like your stuff, don't you? You really like your couches. It's just a couch. This isn't living. Thanos snap feminism. New guy, $5. Could be a girl. I don't know. The problem with finding a unicorn is that a man can still be gored by her horn. Nice rule. Wisdavism Productions, $2. That was Futurama. Chad Brannigan. Yep, Zap Brannigan. Please. The spirit is willing, but the body is spongy. Stripey Cat, 5 Australian dollars. I'm wearing my Walmart Ford cap right now, mate, even though I drive Land Rovers, mate. Doesn't Ford own Land Rover? My Ford cap actually is getting dirty like it's supposed to look, like a mechanic's hat, because I've been working on my vehicles. I wonder if Gilbert Gottfried maxed out his 401k. Yeah, exactly. The irony. Cow, man. Just frick. I don't want that. I'm like 47 now. All right, so that'd be 20 years. Dude, 20 years went by like nothing. I was 27 back in the day. That was like the last epoch. That's when my first, the second epoch, if you want to call it that, started. I view my life in terms of epics, which I guess large chapters. I got one epoch, maybe an epoch and a half left. And I'm dead. I'll be looking to see 80. Why I'm so focused on my thing, cholesterol. Wisdom Vision Productions, $5. Can't believe it. I just don't believe it. We're never going to get a hold of that stupid lamp. Just forget it. I didn't want you. Rest in peace to Gilbert Gottfried. Well, hopefully they're all hanging out with Norm Macdonald and Fred. I like to think Fred is up there and Norm is giving him some kind of eviscerating comedy skit. Like, so what was the deal there? Like, you're making a lot of money, good looking guy, lots of girls. Yeah, I'd pump myself off too. Yeah, with well, you couldn't just possibly go down to Mexico and have some fun and get yourself some viewers. Here's Janice. How was the shallow grave? Only not many people are going to get that Norm Macdonald reference. Kate Ann, one of the few female agents in the field. Money and abs equals happiness, though. I don't know. You believe in happiness, though, Kate? Really? Contentment, I can believe in. Happiness, I don't know. Kate, you're going to... No girl's going to listen to a book I write or any kind of advice. Why don't you just go tell them? I don't think they're going to listen to you, too, but maybe because you got a set of tatas, they might listen to you. Alan Walkman, not to be confused with Alan Rickman, 20 generous. I like Alan. Alan's my friend today. Alan is probably, he wins honorary best listener for no reason whatsoever. He's just a good man. Oh, look, $20. Also, I do want to say, Taven, for the videos, thank you very much for, guys, I'm old. Don't do the Gen Z speak. Thank you very much for the videos of Swift kicking the ass. I started reading, stopped buying blap I don't need, and even started doing minimalism. Even went to the Everglades last February. Keep doing you, Kepi. That's interesting. The Everglades. I'm not all that attracted to swamps, but I guess. Look, if you guys are looking for some place, let's say you're in the eastern part of the country, all right, and you can't make it over to the West Coast, too, at least give the Rockies a try. Smoky Mountain National Park. Give that a shot. Highway 129, Way of the Dragon, or the Dragon's Tail. All right, that's it. Okay, questions, answers. AstroConsulting.com. Link below is the menu, and then also a link to Achieving Financial Excellence. If you have a question about the balance between work and fun, money and fun, money and time, please get the menu, but then also take the Achieving Financial Excellence class. It's $99, 2.5 hours long. It's going to be the best 2.5 hours of your life invested and spent. If you don't know how to balance, if you already know that life is meant to be living, not working, you don't need any of this. All right. But if you're confused, if you're still addicted, or you still have that default programming, like, I got to make money. If you think you need to get a sports car, boys, if you think you need to get a cool car and you're tortured, but I don't have the money. If you even think about getting a car loan, you must, by law of God Almighty, take the Achieving Financial Excellence class. Because before you start dropping $300 a month on a payment, you drop $99 on old Cappy's class, you get a little bit of wisdom shoved up your ass, which you definitely need. And that's always open. The minimalism class is not open. I'll open that later on this month. But you do take that Achieving Financial Excellence class. It's unteachable. Link below. All right. I'll see you kids later. Oh, 340 of you. Somebody go buy the book and everyone subscribe to my channel so I can get to 100,000. Thank you very much. Toodles. Bye.